Welcome to our guest and our audience to this chat and chill appointment with Kurt Peter Hanzlik, the head of KPH Design, my longtime friends in Dubai, and I really welcome you on board to this conversation. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Nice to hear your voice again, Ivan.
Still wondering how this city could keep renewing itself, renovate the interest in architecture, although a heavy urbanization went through in the last 10 years. Do you think there's still a lot to do in this field?
Well, I think yes. The easy answer is yes. And I think that's interesting because also when we talk about the region, we talk about maybe you and I are Dubai centric in a sense. And Dubai is quite different than the neighbor Abu Dhabi, which also has high aspirations. And I think they're like brothers, the big brother and the little brother. And that's a healthy competition between them. And then we have a sort of a new, let's say, a cousin down the street, which is Saudi, which is really realigning its goals in the future for its people and how that will impact tourism and the world in general. And for us as architects and designers and people who create, I think it's an exciting time moving forward. And the challenges of technology and the digital environments that we're being faced with in the next couple of years will make it even more exciting. So it's an ongoing educational process for all of us.
Definitely, Saudi is not just establishing itself like a touristic and a cultural hub in the whole Middle East, but they are also trying to redefine what is the logistic and the commercial paradigms of the region. And do you think this will need more talent? Is there a lack of actual talents?
Yeah, I think historically, for example, Dubai, 82% of the people who live in Dubai, the residents, are expats, and some of the expats have been here 50 years. So it's the country and the city has grown on with the support of people who've come to the region. I think the same is happening in Saudi. In terms of local support, because there's local, which you could also refer to as expat, and then there's, let's call it the nationals. I think that is definitely, there's a lack of those people, those resources available in some of these projects. And I think there might be another question you have will be talked about. The way to deliver projects is also changing. So in a sense, it's not old school of having just experience on projects. It's the ability to be nimble and to understand the future in construction, the future in delivering projects through collaboration, and also through probably technologies that don't even exist yet. So it's exciting times.
But I believe people in the region also are refining, and the design sensibility is becoming more mature. Like we see more and more often things being fabricated and produced here rather than merely imported. Is this true? How do you see this?
I think the region has become far more sophisticated, partially because of necessity and partially because, again, the notion of investment and the flexibility and, in a sense, de-risking a project. But the support is coming, whether it's been mandated or support, is coming from above, and I think that's changing our ability to deliver things. So that's also very, very exciting, and I think there'll be more cross-fertilization and collaboration in the various ways that people put buildings together, because of the technological challenges that exist. But through technology and through digital construction, we're able to achieve things that we haven't been able to in the past.
Like as an architect now, probably you have to work with a range of different specialized people, but that means also you need to be more open to a collaboration with different professional profiles if you want to thrive. How do you see that?
So I think the ability for understanding, and it's changing also, this whole 3D and the metaverse, that'll impact cities and the way we socialize, but it's not going to impact, I think, how we live in terms of continuing to build communities that people want to be in and that are socially and sustainably possible and achievable. So I think it's an interesting time, continues to be an interesting time, and this region really builds on that. And I think that will continue to show success. So the ability to collaborate, and I think the understanding that we, as architects in the process, are aware of those, it's called the tools for success, that we have those, understand those things, and we continue to be curious and to learn from what is out there, that helps us build our ability to achieve great projects.
So let's stick to this idea of the future, because we know that you are working on the Museum of the Future.
Yeah, well, the Museum of the Future was a unique project in a number of ways. I think the interesting thing is, again, the desire to want a project like that, where Sean Killa was successful with his design to really inspire the client, which was Sheikh Mohammed, to see the opportunities in, again, collaborating together, working together on making that vision. The project, the way it's defined, is essentially three parts. There's the mound, which is the nature. Then we have the building above, which is a 7-story building. Each floor is 9 meters. And then in the center, the torus, there is the hole, and that represents the unknown and the willingness to create, being challenged with the opportunity to see what one can do and innovate because something is missing. And the design at the beginning, we did not know what the interior, let's call it the story and the narrative was. And so it was designed to be all flexible. There are no columns in the building. So it was a learning process for everyone involved, and also very exciting because we can apply that. It's not that, will never be done again, and this was all just lost information. And in the end, the building is, we don't like to use that word very often, iconic. I think it is a building that is very proud, and a building that speaks of the aspirations of the ruler of Dubai and actually the whole UAE. And I think in its configuration and alignment, it achieves certain things that are really quite unique.
Well, thank you, Kurt. And it was really a pleasure to have you with us. And I thanks also our guest and our audience for for following us. Keep doing that, and definitely we will catch up at Index, right?
Absolutely, yes. It's exciting. I look forward to that.